Hi, I'm Marilyn San Clemente of Stamp with Marilyn, and welcome to my creative playground. Tonight I'm going to do a couple of quick how-to videos. One is using the Round We Go dies, which are these, and it makes this rosette. It also makes these additional little flowers. I call them daisies, but they don't have to be daisies. And there's also some other little things that you can cut out to do some circles and stuff to coordinate. And then you do need a circle for the center to hold the rosette together. So I'm going to show you how to do those. And then I'm going to show you how to use this die to make these really cool hearts that have these different pieces in them. Both of these cards are made with the Full of Life designer paper, which has these really cool squares. It's very, very colorful paper. And it uses this bundle, the Friends for Life bundle, which has lots of really cool sayings. And then it has some neat dies that go with it. Here's the heart that we're going to do. There's some leaves. There's hearts that you can cut out. There's this banner that you can cut out, which is perfect for the happy birthday. And there's a thick friends and a thin friend. And that is how you make these. So you would cut the thick friend out of your background paper and then cut the thinner one out of the white. And I'm going to show you how to put those together because there's a couple of tricks with that. And so I'll show you that as well. So I really love this rainbow paper. And I wanted to show you a couple of tricks with this. This one uses the deckled rectangle dies. And I have pre-cut. I'm going to move that over. I have pre-cut this piece, and this is a piece of blueberry bushel, and I have made a card base out of that. And before I attach it to my card base, I want to cut that center piece out. So I have two rectangle dies. This one is the one I'm going to use to cut that piece out. And then this one I have already used to cut out a mat using Berry Burst. I wanted to pull the Berry Burst out of this. I didn't want this card to be, I didn't want the two cards to be exactly the same. And what I did for this is, this is what the cardstock looks, or I'm sorry, this is what the designer paper looks like when you start. And you want, for this particular card, you want the center here. And these pieces are 6 by 6, and this card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So what I did was, this piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4, because I'm going down, I have a mat of 1/4 of an inch around that card. So I cut 1 inch off here and 1 inch off here, which gave me the 4 inches. So it was actually very easy. And then it's 6 inches this way, so I needed to cut 3/4 of an inch, or I need to cut 3/4 of an inch off the 6 inches to get to 5 1/4. So that is 3/8 on each side of the card. So it's actually pretty easy to do that. And now I'm going to put this in place because I want to cut that centerpiece out. Okay, and what I have my cut and emboss machine over here, and then I also have this Post-it tape, which my friend Rose introduced me to, and it's sticky Post-it notes, and it allows you to tape this down, and then I'm going to run that through my cutter. We're back. We're going to pull this off. Okay, so this piece is going to go on here, because that's the base. I'm going to sit down now. There we go. I'll stand back up. It's much easier to line things up. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And so now what I want to do is I'm going to put this back on, but as you can see, this has a narrower margin around it, and I don't necessarily want this really wide margin. So let me show you a little trick that I do. I'm going to use the seal on the back of this. Okay, like that. Okay, because I want that thinner margin. And then I'm going to take my larger one, which is what I used to cut that originally, and I'm just going to move this down like this. And then I can put that on there, and I will run that through my cutting machine. And now, there we go. We've cut off our extra, and we have a nice even base around that. And we're going to put this here. So we're going to line that all up. Okay, so it looks like that rainbow just continues, but it's got that really cool berry burst mat in the middle. Oops. Okay, and so now we're just going to attach this. You could put it on dimensionals if you wanted to. Okay, let's line that up. And then I have a piece of white cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to use that for the inside. Anytime I use a dark colored card base, I like to put either a piece of white or maybe one of the beige or vanilla, a lighter color on the inside so that you can write notes and things. And then let's line this up. This is the piece, this is that 1 inch that I cut off here. So let's line that up. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of this. I'm going to cut this down to, I want it to be 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut 3/8 off of each side. That to, oops, I want to use this side. Okay, I'm going to cut that to 3/4 instead of 1 inch. So we have a little more room on the inside. There we go. Okay. So now we should be able to line that up. What would we do without our handy dandy cutters? There we go. It lines up. Okay. So we're just going to put that across the bottom. And that just ties the front of the card and the back of the card together. Or the inside of the card, I should say. Ah, that's cool. Very cool. Okay, now what I want to do is show you how to do this really fun heart. And what I did with a couple of the cards was, let's see, let's put this, I'm going to put these over here. I don't want to lose them. Okay, so what I did, I have this heart, and I also have, I thought I had 2. No, I don't have 2. I don't have 2 hearts. Sorry. I sent one out, so I apologize for that. Okay, so what I like to do with this heart is this heart has all these really cool little cutouts on the inside. So I want to make it fun. So I've got this piece of glimmer paper, and I'm going to use that to cut that inside. Let me grab my dies. Okay, and this heart looks like this. It's a heart image, okay, which is that outer part. And then you can use this part here. And what I'm going to do is, so to make these stick, this is double-sided adhesive paper. It goes on the back. You can see where I used it before on this other piece. And it goes on the back of the paper. And then it just peels off, and it makes these very easy to stick down. And you don't have to worry about gluing them and all that good stuff. So I'm going to put this on first. And typically when you use this, there's a ridge on one side, but they're very large sheets. Although the new ones that are in this catalog are much smaller sheets. I have the older sheets, which are large, so I have to cut the pieces up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to score this so that I can take this backing off. So it comes off like this, and it's very, very, very sticky. Beyond sticky, let's put it that way. It will stick to anything. Okay, so then I'm just going to put this on the back of the glimmer paper. Okay, and I actually want to run this through. Oops, I want to run this piece through. And because I want to put these little pieces in the center over here on top of this heart. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one here. So again, I'm just going to make a little score mark. Oops, a little too deep. And I have sticky on my hand. Okay, there we go. If you've got really, really sharp scissors, which these are, I just sharpened them. So don't worry about it if you make it too deep. As long as you don't cut it all the way through, you will be fine. Okay, so that will go on there like that. So what I'm going to do is cut this heart. Whoops, I'm going to turn it back this way like that. Let me get a piece of Blueberry Bushel. I'm going to cut that from Blueberry Bushel. Okay, so I'm going to cut the pink from here because I want a pink outline. I'm going to use the Blueberry Bushel for this inside, and then I'm going to use this to do all these little pieces in here. It will make sense in a minute. Okay. Oops. And this pink one, as you can see, is, oops, still attached. There we go. Looks like that. So again, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to cut this piece out now, and I'm going to cut that inside out. Okay. And when I say inside out, I mean this inside section out. So I'm going to put that on there like that so it stays lined up. Okay, so now this will come off. Whoops. Okay. And this just needs to be trimmed because this is attached. There we go. Okay. And that doesn't, this one does not have the adhesive on the back of it. So we will have to glue that one. These are all our little pieces. There we go, that we need. There we go. And we should have all the little pieces now. Oops. This will go around. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put this on here, like so. And this one had the white piece in there. So I can just peel that apart and it's all sticky. And it will just stick on. There we go. Oops. You can tell where I made my little slice. Okay, so this will go on here. Okay, and then this one I'm going to have to glue because I did not use the double-sided piece on the back of that. So, and once we glue that, I can fix that a little bit. So I'm going to use, you want a fine tip glue. So our fine tip glue, the multi-purpose liquid glue, you can use that. There's little bottles that you can get to put that into a fine tip glue like this. I just like to go, so with fine tip glue, I just like to go down the thicker parts and then get that edge. Okay. And so now I'm going to line this up against this on the inside here. Okay, and then I'm going to peel this one up a little bit and just move that over so that it's outlining that piece. There we go. Like so. There we go. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put this puzzle together. Okay, so these all have the sticky stuff on them. Okay, and then what I did earlier was I cut out a friend. There's two friend words here. There's a thick one, that's this, and then there's this thin one. And so I cut out a thick one with the berry burst, and then I cut out this one, and you can see here, oh, and I have it backwards. Oh no, it's not gonna work because okay. So what I did was I should have flipped it like this, because now the sticky is on the front and not on the back. So this is going to go like this. Okay, so I'm going to use glue, and I'm not going to worry about the sticky. Okay, so we're just going to put some dots. Now you see why we want to use the sticky, because this is a pain. Put there, get the ends. Hopefully you can all see that. Oh, I hope I'm not off screen. Okay, there we go. So what I like about this glue over the multi-purpose glue is the multi-purpose glue is very, very sticky, and when it dries, it's still sticky. Because it's like a Post-it note. So when it dries, it's a dry version of a Post-it note. So when you get it on your fingers, it's almost impossible to get off. But anyway, so I like to use this. This is Bearly Arts Precision Craft Glue. But I do occasionally use the multi-purpose. It's just not my, it's not my go-to. Okay, now I'm going to put that across there. Okay, here's our ink pad. So I'm going to stamp high. And now I'm going to just trim around this. And then we will put this on, and I've got some dimensionals. And we'll put the dimensionals on the back of the high. There we go. Oops. Okay, and where'd our glue go? There's our glue. Okay, this is easier to put glue on because it's obviously much thicker. But I love words like this. And, you know, we have some others. I know we've had a couple of years where we've had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I know we have a Celebrate. They kind of come in, the words kind of come and go. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there, like so. So when you are using this, the key to the eye is it always, the piece for the dot on the eye always sticks in here. So I poke that out first and I put that on first so that I don't lose it, because I have been known to lose it. And then had to put another one on. Or you could take a white pen. If you have a white gel pen, you could use that and fill it in. Okay, so this is going to go like this. And this is the high. Okay, and there we go. That is how you make that background for that card. And like I said, you can use any color combination for that. It's just a matter of how many times do you want to run that through. And then for this set, I have been using these dots, the Glossy Dots assortment. They've been around for a while, and I've just been decorating with these because I really like these. And so let's put that there. There we go. Okay. So that is how you do these hearts. I just think they're really cool. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out how to make the center of the hearts for these cards. And enjoy. Also, check out my tutorial for all of these cards at stampwithmarilyn.com. Full of Life tutorial. Take care.